Hi friends, both new and returning, and welcome to the Baseball Card Illustrated channel. I'm Bronko, the PSA 12 pack, and this is the Rob Deere Starting Lineup World Tour. This is a fun series in which a 1988 Rob Deere starting lineup tours the country, thanks to a variety of great channels throughout the card community who have opted to play along and allow a Milwaukee Brewers legend to tag along on tours of various ballparks, communities, and today, the National Sports Collectors Convention. We thank you for checking out this video, ask you to help us out by clicking the subscribe button, and assist us in getting the word out about this tour by giving this video a thumbs up. We appreciate your support, and now, it's on to the Donald E. Stephens Convention Center for the 41st Annual National. The Rob Deere Starting Lineup World Tour is back on the road. Today's destination is a little thing called the National. He's going to check out all kinds of sports cards, memorabilia, and anything else you can imagine, plus probably some of his own great stuff from a legendary career with the Brewers, Giants, Tigers, Red Sox, and the San Diego Padres. So hop aboard, let's go see what Rob Deere can find in Rosemont, Illinois. Finally, Rob Deere has arrived at the National. Okay, seriously, we've arrived in Rosemont, and it's time to go into Donald E. Stephens Convention Center to check out all the cards, memorabilia, autograph signers, and everything else that the National has in store for us. So come and join us, and let's have some fun. And the wait begins. We're in line about 20 minutes before the general admission opens, and there's probably a good 1,000 or so people waiting to get in. Look at this, we have a whole bunch of Hall of Famers and busts of Hall of Famers and things like that. We got Walter Johnson, Joe DiMaggio, Pie Traynor, Rogers Hornsby, and of course the great Rob Deere. If they ever add one more person to the Mount Rushmore of baseball, it would probably look a lot like this. So Rob Deere is already making friends here during his stop at the National. He met up with his buddy Terrell Davis, Dave Henderson, and that one's probably going to be going out to Boom Slang to pass along to a friend of his, and the legendary slugger Jose Canseco. If you're interested in starting lineups, go check out Ermito Incorporated. Right here is the card. This is where I picked them up for. Just $10 for the 3. Unfortunately, they didn't have Rob Deere in stock, but that's okay because he's got some friends to spend some time with here at the National. So Rob Deere has made it to the Topps booth, which is pretty much right in the center of the convention hall. And they've got a really cool idea here, which is called Take a Card, Leave a Card. It's essentially a trade with no pressure attached because you just pick a card and leave a card. So Rob Deere is going to leave a card and take one to add to his PC. Now, being the great man that Rob Deere is, he's actually going to take this autographed Von Hayes card and put that in as his trade card. As you can see, it's a certified autograph. And if you've watched the Baseball Card Illustrated channel for a while, you know that one of the first rejections in our Through the Mail series came from Von Hayes. He wanted $5 on an autograph, and we got this one for $4, Rob and I did. So we're going to put that on the shelf and see what we want to take for ourselves. On the back of the card that Rob Deere is going to essentially trade is a little note inviting whoever picks it to check out the Baseball Card Illustrated channel here on YouTube. So we'll see if that person decided to check out the Rob Deere Starting Lineup World Tour and maybe become a subscriber and a new friend. So Rob Deere's checking out and seeing what player he might want to take a card of. And he sees one here on the third shelf. A guy that he batted against several times, including some memorable games in the Metrodome. And he's going to select, I think, Sweet Music Viola, Frank Viola. So he's taking this card of Frank Viola. He's going to add it to his collection, and now it's time to put his card in its place. And now Rob Deere is going to add this autographed Von Hayes card to the display so that some other collector can add it to their collection. Bye, Von Hayes. We hope you go to a good home. Check this out. It's the three faces of baseball. From left to right, we got Rob Deere, we got a Mike Trout jersey, and Fernando Tatis Jr. In case you're wondering, the estimated value of the Mike Trout jersey is $25 grand, $15 grand on Tatis, and Rob Deere, of course, priceless. So we're here at the National, And Rob Deere has found Andy from Flying Dutchman Cards and Doug from TalktoRobots. Guys, how's it going?
It's good. It's good to see Rob Deere again.
I was going to say, it's got to be like a homecoming of sorts for you guys and, of course, Rob Deere. Just wondering, what was your favorite part of the videos that you guys shot? Obviously, Flying Dutchman Cards. You can find a great tour of Bellingham, which for some reason I could never remember the name of. And I know what my favorite part of that was, but what was your favorite part of that video?
I think going to the City of Subdued Excitement sign and doing some cool shots with Rob Deere, because Bellingham is known as that's our city motto, so don't get too excited.
My favorite part is when you elevated like Rob Deere and showed that highlight of you dunking the ball.
Oh, nice. Yes.
That's fantastic. Then I'd be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about Don't Talk to Robots. What was your favorite part of the Rob Deere Starting Lineup World Tour?
My favorite shot that we got was when we went to Ferris Bueller's house from the movie. I was a little skeptical whether we'd be able to find it, and actually seeing it in person was pretty cool. The neighborhood did not seem like the house fit. And so we're going by all these nice houses, and there's this really modern-looking house from Ferris Bueller. So that was fun. I'd never been there before, so it was kind of a fun part of the video.
I was going to say, I think my favorite part is when you had Mr. T join for a little bit of added extra celebrity fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Mr. T was definitely, he was helpful showing us around the famous Chicago landmarks and such.
Obviously, you have a chance to meet Rob Deere again, but I heard you also had a chance to meet another famous baseball player. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I met Ozzie Smith yesterday, which was pretty legit. Got his autograph, got to talk to him for a little bit. I was mostly starstruck. Really had nothing planned to say.
He made sure to mention 1989 Topps when he met Ozzie Smith. So
it was great.
Funny.
I told him I was a big fan of him and 1989 Topps, so that was pretty cool.
I was going to say, in case somehow you don't know 1989 Topps, there's a great, I'd call it not an expose, but just explain everything you'd ever want to know about 1989 Topps. It's fantastic, from the set design to the cards in there to what they've done with that design in other sets ever since.
Yeah. And all the things you don't want to know when you're just listening to us talk about it over and over.
It's great for sorting cards. You can just have it on in the background or making jokes about 1989 Topps.
Well, it's great to see you guys. I know Rob Deere was really happy to see you as well, and he had you guys pose for a picture with him, so you know he was excited about that. So thanks for joining us, and have a safe trip back to Washington, and a safe, 5-minute commute for you, right?
Without any traffic, yes, but it's usually like half hour to get out here. It's not too bad.
I was going to say, right? Yeah. So thanks so much for joining us. We'll take a look around what's closing up here at the end of the National as Rob Deere's Starting Lineup World Tour continues. All of the greats of the sport are assembled as this display case of Michael Jordan memorabilia shows off a Bulls jersey, some game-worn shoes, an autographed North Carolina jersey, a Space Jam jersey that's signed, and this Birmingham Barons jersey. Retail cost of the entire case, somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000. There's very clearly been an oversight here. They've got a whole bunch of legendary players separated by name, but apparently they missed the Rob Deere collection, or more likely, it's probably already gone because of intense demand. Rob Deere returned to the Topps booth to find that the card that he had put in there of Von Hayes had already been taken. So congratulations to the new owner of that signed card. I hope they enjoy it. And now Rob Deere is pretty much tapped out and is going to sleep well tonight. Thank you for joining us on this trip to the National. On behalf of Bronko, the PSA 11, his new friends, Terrell Davis, Jose Canseco, and Dave Henderson, and to you for watching the Rob Deere Starting Lineup World Tour. So long, everybody. You've been watching the Baseball Card Illustrated channel.